Be sure to go to flipsidegaming.com and use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10. Do the same at the Grizzly Gentleman, promo code 6, 10% off at checkout. They're both fantastic deals and they help support the show. Also, check out in the description the Gray Viking Gaming, who sells arena codes for things like cosmetics. All of them, fantastic deals, they help support the show. What is up, Planeswalkers, Theurg 6 on Halloween? Boo spooky. And we get to the best tribe. For what it's worth, there are going to be a few more Halloween spooky videos after this one, but this is the best tribe. This is zombies. And so I decided to dedicate actual Halloween to these. Now, you might notice we have a lot of 2s and 3s. I tend to prefer having mostly 4-ofs, but I wanted to do something a little bit different this time. Did not realize that my chair was not locked. I wanted to do something a little bit different. So I decided zombies, primarily black. However, I wanted to choose one card from each of the additional colors that I could just add to this deck that I've liked using. So I picked my favorite of these extra colors. For white, we have Wayward Servant. I absolutely love this. You'll notice that on my channel, some of, if not the first, arena videos were Orzhov zombies. I absolutely love this card. It drains when zombies enter. It's just fantastic. For black, sorry, not for black, for red, I have Dreadhorde Butcher. This card hits people hard. And when they kill it, it hits them hard. And I just love it. Scarab God. Hilariously, these earlier picks, really nice at being generally aggressive. Wayward Servant just drains, this just kills. And these two are a little bit more long game. Scarab God, you get to, well, first of all, you get to just drain and scry. We're playing a bunch of zombies. That's pretty decent. But also, we just get to exile things from graveyards to make big zombies. What's not to love? Then with Molderhulk, he doesn't like to stay dead. We just return him to the graveyard, or return him from the graveyard, and we get to put a land in the battlefield. Now, when you have a land such as, I don't know, Memorial to Folly, it means that you can sack this again to put Molderhulk, if it dies, back into your hand, and then you play Molderhulk again, and you get this back, and you repeat. Ooh, baby, I love it. So let's actually go through the deck, which is a bit of a meme. I'm not going to lie. I could have theoretically just made mono black zombies, and it would have been better than this, but I'm trying to have a little bit more fun with this video, specifically because I absolutely adore zombies. I cannot wait to get more zombie cards onto Arena, and I can't wait to, you know, maybe actually get Commander so I can play all of these fun zombie cards, please? Brawl is not enough. 60 cards? No. At least give me 80. 2 Cryptbreakers. Fantastic early game card, allows you to tap some of your zombies in order to draw, or if you have you know, excess lands or something like that, you can just discard to get a zombie. What's also nice is that you can discard a card if your opponent is playing counterspells, for example. At the end of their turn, you can just discard a card that likely would have gotten countered anyway. Now you have a 2/2, and maybe if you have some lords out, then it's bigger than a 2/2, and you just hit them in the face. 2 Dread Wanderers. This is a really aggressive zombie where you're going to be able to have a nice 2-power creature that can come back again and again if you have 1 or less cards in hand, aka if you're heck bent. Stitcher Supplier really likes to fuel up our grave for some of our other cards. It mills when it enters, it mills when it dies. It's very helpful. 3 Mire Triton also mills when it enters. However, you also just gain some life. So you're trading away the amount of mill in order to get more life, but you also gain Death Touch and 1 more point of power. But Mire Triton is very great at holding down the fort, but it's also a relatively decent attacker just because it has Death Touch. Your opponent's not necessarily going to want to block unless it's chump blocking. So we already talked a little bit about these, but they're just fantastic. 4 Lord of the Accursed, 4 Death Barons. These are our lords. Lord of the Accursed is a good old 2/3, but also allows us to use it to give our zombies menace, which is just annoying. Death Baron is only a 2/2, but it allows our zombies to have Death Touch. When all of them have Death Touch, ooh, it's great, especially considering Dreadhorde Butcher, when it dies, it's the one that's dealing the damage. So it will, if it dies with Death Touch, it can kill whatever you want. Even if it dies as a 1/1, it still gets to kill things. 3 Murderous Rider. It's called Interaction, baby. Look, it's a zombie that also is great removal. What's not to love? 2 Liliana, Untouched by Death. We get to mill cards. If at least 1 card is a zombie that's milled this way, we drain our opponent, which is utterly fantastic. For what it's worth, we have 31 creatures. Let me see. How many of those are zombies? 29. What the fuck? All right, I forgot Scarab God is not technically a zombie. It counts. It's an honorary zombie, all right? Shut up. 29. Nearly 50% of our deck are zombies. My chair's arm is a little squeaky. Weird. -2, we get to just essentially kill something based on the number of zombies we have, and our -3, which you can use as soon as you cast her for what it's worth, lets us just cast zombie spells from our graveyard. Who doesn't want to just gain more things? It's fantastic. Then we have one of Liliana Death's Majesty and Liliana's Mastery. The Majesty obviously is fantastic. We make a zombie and we mill 2. We can just return a creature from our graveyard to the battlefield. It's a zombie in addition. Fun fact, all of our cards are zombies anyway. But being able to just get back a Scarab God or a Molderhulk or something, even just getting back like a Death Baron, is quite nice to have. And of course, -7, destroy all non-zombie creatures. Considering our Scarab God comes back after being destroyed, this is a fantastic one-sided board wipe. Liliana's Mastery is a lore that isn't a creature, so it's a little bit harder to remove. And when it comes in, it also just comes in with two 2/2s, which are technically 3/3. So it's 5 mana for 6 power, which is not bad. We already talked about Scarab God a little. We already talked about Molderhulk a little. Liliana, Dreadhorde General, had to have the Lilianas in here. Whenever one of our things dies, we get to draw a card. We get to make a zombie. We get to force everyone to sack some stuff. And then, of course, at -9, we win the game. And then Gempalm Polluter. It technically is a 6 mana 4/3, but it's not. This card is a 2 mana, cycle it, our opponent loses life equal to the number of zombies we control. For what it's worth, technically it's zombies on the battlefield, so that includes theirs, but the goal is, essentially, have your opponent at a certain life total, and then just kill them with Gempalm Polluter. This is cycling, so unless they have something like, I forgot. There's a Simic card in here that counters activated abilities. But the normal counterspell, not going to work on this card because it's a cycle effect. It's an activated ability. It is not a spell. This is our mana base. It's hilarious, right? We obviously had to have the single swamp. But yeah, it's just a bunch of these. Ancient Ziggurat, very important in this because 50% of our cards are creatures. So for the most part, this will be fine. But technically speaking, we don't have very many colors for these. We're running 24 lands. Shut up. These are some cards that like just barely didn't make the cut. Necromancer technically was when I was going to make this into an actual best of 3 deck, but I'm not going to do that. I recognize that this is not necessarily going to be super strong. And let's hop into it. This is a Sprite, by the way. I had to go to a peer mentorship meeting. It was a what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of a distance social gathering. Let's see. So we have Lord of the Accursed into Lord of the Accursed. Yeah, I'll keep this. It's not the best, but we have lands and spells, so. Opponent on the base Orzhov sleeves. Rocking potential nonsense. We'll play this tapped. Temur. Okay, so this must be a slower Temur deck. Or it's a combo deck. Interesting. Interesting. With a Lord. Followed by Blood Crypt, tapped into Lord. And then if we can get just one more land, we can pop this Mastery down. Another Crash Through. What are my opponents playing? Temur. Because of the Crash Throughs, I assume this is a combo deck. Our Lord might die here. Nope. Elvish Visionary. Interesting. Well, that's another land for us. So I will be able to play this Mastery. They chump, makes sense. I had to turn that down a little in my head. The background music is a little loud. Wizards. Swiftwater Cliffs as well. Very interesting. Another Visionary. So this is some sort of all-in combo. Like they're looking for the combo. Yeah, I mean we take the 2 here and then just plop this down. I got 2 4/5s. So they go down to 16. So I could put them to 2 next turn. If my board stays. By just tapping Lord of the Accursed down. I could also just play out a Scarab God. Well, they just conceded. That's fine. Had no idea what they had. Temur Combo Turbo Concede. Why is the victory screen so long now. They had to have changed that. Anyway, we'll take our first one with our 5 color zombies. Dude, I love zombies so much. My favorite tribes are... Okay, so if I take race tribes, right? Zombies, wolves / werewolves, what am I? Oh, beasts. I mean, I'll keep this. I don't have the white for the Wayward, but meh. Monocolor. Ah, specifically the aggressive version. So this is Tempered Steel. Could have used an Ancient Ziggurat there. But F me, I guess. Yeah, this actually would have been great to get early. Just so that we could start gaining some life against Tempered Steel. Is this not Tempered Steel? Interesting. For what it's worth, you're playing Ginger Brute and
I have faced worse than twice of you.
I'm just confused, I guess. Alright, next turn I can play another one. But I recognize that the mana base for this is wonky. That's not on purpose, but it's essentially necessary to do the dumb things that I'm doing. Alright, so you got some 4/4s. So I can actually just play this Wayward Servant and... Oh, this just gives Menace, dum-dum. Got another Karn, jeez. This is going poorly. Jeez, this is going very poorly. They do attack with both. So what I'm looking for here is Death Touch. Death Touch would be nice. Murderous Rider would be nice. Did not get that. Well, I will have to chump, unfortunately.
Awaken.
Jeez.
I battle for the forces of good. My grief.
This is nuts. I have to double chump. Yeah, Murderous Rider a little way too late. I don't know what deck could have beat that hand. I played turn 3. Did I not do anything turn 4? I don't. Maybe I just played way too slowly. I don't know. I know I didn't play anything on turn 2. I did play something on turn 3. I thought I got that white source on turn 4. Right? Because I lost on my before my turn 6, right? I think so. This is a great hand. Don't think it matters. I'm gonna Ziggurat. Ziggurat number 2, baby! I mean, Dreadhorde Butcher might die, but like... He didn't die. My opponent is dead. There's no coming back from this. Chieftain? I don't care. Do I look like someone who cares? You attacked me? Are you sure that's what you wanted to do? Because I can assure you that's not what you wanted to do. I will even take 2 more life because I'm going to gain 2 life. I will 1000% block this. Oh, what? This is a different type of goblins. Lol, get Shrek'd. One of the worst situations you could have. Why would you attack with the Muxus? I'm going to block with Death Touch. Bada bing, bada bang. I've got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle. So my opponent could play another Muxus next turn. Do I want to just attack with Dreadhorde Butcher? These can block, right? Yeah, those can block. If I attack with all, you could block there. I don't care. Why would you ever block like that, dude? Your War Chief dies too. They might have another Anchorite feat. They did reveal one. No, there's a Krenko. And that Krenko's actually dead. All hail the one true tribe. Goblins suck, zombies forever. Oh, look, it's a Muxus that you don't have mana for. Never mind, they will have mana for it. Curses. I'm obviously going to attack. I still just need to not die. I wonder if it'd be better for me to play Scarab God or Murderous Rider. I think I'm just going to play Murderous Rider. Yeah, all I have to do is survive. I think it's a little bit better for me to play Murderous Rider. I guess there's an argument to be made to not attack with Butcher, but that argument sounds lame. So they're definitely going to have the Chieftain here. Let's see what else they grab. Pretty decent, I'm not going to lie. But remember, all they do is survive. I forgot how far away I am from casting Liliana because of Ziggurat. I wonder if they sack Goblin to play another Snoop. I think it's reasonable. Because currently I'm not dead. But I might be dead with Snoop. They sack both, even though they have a treasure. I don't agree with that. I think they should have sacked the treasure first. Oh, they have another Muxus in hand. I mean, I guess. Okay, so they have another Muxus. They've cast 3 Muxus this game already. Okay, I'm dead now. They cast 3 Muxus. That game was mine to win. Like, Muxus, fair card. I guess I shouldn't have opened my mouth about the zombies. Real talk, this defeat screen needs to... Or the end screen needs to be way, way shorter. That's super unfortunate that I lost to 3 Muxus essentially in a row. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Nettling Imp. I assume that's a real card. This is slow. But it is like lord into lord into lord. Let's keep it. You play the Isolated Chapel here first because Wayward Servant is the only 2-mana one. Like, if this was the red-black one, then it would be a little bit more of an argument. But I guess it doesn't actually matter because of the fact that this can tap for any. These two are essentially never getting cast. Mind Stones, this is mono red control, I guess. We're going to play Lord of the Accursed first. Then we'll play another one and hope this one does not die. It will probably die. If not now, it will definitely die by next turn. Another Mind Stone. Yep. Note to self, these two should not be in the deck. That actually be only creatures and lands. Unfortunately, this type of rampy control, not exactly the best for us. For what's worth, losing against this, not too bad. Losing against that Muxus, though, not a fan. Hedron Archive? Pirate's Pillage. Oh, it's an Iron Strike Feet deck. Makes sense. And that is frightening. I assume they don't block here. I assume it's going to be a tally. I would like another land. I'm rocking 24, and I kept a 3-lander. Because they're using Crashing Drawbridge, I assume that it's a deck with tag triggers. So it's, you know, a Tali, Drakuseth. Those are the only ones I'm really getting for mono red. I guess technically Ilharg, but I mean you put Ilharg in a deck like that anyway. So I'm not sure. Well, I did ask for a land. What do you mean thinking? Yeah, just blasting my zombies is pretty bad for me. Play Mire Triton. I was thinking about playing Wayward Servant first, but Mire Triton might make Molderhulk. Never mind. I was gonna say might make Molderhulk a little bit easier to cast. But what's nice is that even if I lose my Death Baron and Lord of the Accursed, I'll still have a Death Touch blocker. Okay. When they go to the bottom. If your Bloodstone's here, he does lose one of his treasures. Right, this costs 3. Yeah. Very obviously, I'm not going to play that first. Yep, force him to use his Bloodstone. For what it's worth, if both of my creatures die here, then I can play Molderhulk next turn. It doesn't really matter if I'm dead, though. I am so confused as to what my opponent's playing. The thing is, they had Drawbridge. It has to be like an attacks deck. Like a sneak attack style deck. Where their goal is to play something stupid large and allow it to attack with haste, essentially. My Lord of the Accursed is still alive, for what that's worth. Do I even have a... Oh, I do. I play Big Zombie. Get this in tapped. Next turn I can play Liliana Death's Majesty. 4 or 5, yeah. No reason to attack here. Decent sized creature. My opponent's down to 3 cards. They might use their Mind Stone here. They're going to use their Mind Stone here. So I've been kind of lucky, I guess. I have no idea what they're using. Molderhulk, luckily, is very large. Why are they playing Castle Embereth anyway? Like, I absolutely understand these two. Like, these two make a ton of sense in a deck like this. But why Embereth? Battlefield you control, create blah blah. Yeah, Sethron does not seem all that impactful for me. Let's see. Do I instead want to Murderous Rider? I think what I might do is attack first with my Molderhulk and see what they do. This is on ETBs, right? Yeah, ETBs. That's fine with me. So I'm just going to play a Wayward Servant and hold up Murderous Rider. Hold up my Murderous Rider. I can kill something in response if I need to. Opponent does have 4 cards. Got rid of the feet. That's fine. They're still at 4 cards. Essentially the same amount of mana. I'm just very confused as to what my opponent is doing. It's mono red like combo control. I'm just waiting for the combo. I see Sethron. Or Sethron. Probably better known as Sethron Olive. But I don't understand what their goal is, you know? I don't get it. Each creature you control gets for each time I attack this turn. Huh. I see. One, two, 3, 4, 5. So if I get another land, I can play Liliana. I think I'm just gonna kill Morag. Yeah, nice 3-2. Nice 2-3. I have a 3-3. Hit me for 4. I don't care. Coward. So I'll do one of these. 1, 2, 6. So I'm actually going to play Liliana Dreadhorde General here, but I don't think I need to minus. I don't think I need to minus. The reason I do this is because next turn if I get a land, I can play both of these. Nice, thank you.
Warrior Queen Necromancer has a nice ring to it.
Am I supposed to just have the sack here? How many creatures? I have 4 creatures in there currently. You know what? I'm doing this. Put away Molderhulk and Wayward Servant, I think. Because I'll be able to get Molderhulk back with this if I need to. That's helpful. So I can definitely play both of these next turn. I can even use this to just put Molderhulk back into my hand, but not necessarily the best. Storm's Wrath. Sad, but fine.
Army has been destroyed.
Scarab God is actually sweet here. I can start stealing his cards. Oh, and a Dreadhorde Butcher. Don't mind if I do. So I'll do 1, 2. So I wonder if I should. I don't have blue mana for Scarab God's activation. I'm just now realizing that. But I'm wondering if I should hold up Murderous Rider. Nah, that. I'm in for the kill. I'm going in for the kill. I'm doing it for the thrill. I hope you something understands and let go of my hand. Look, I don't remember. Was that La Rue? Been there, done that, messed around. I'm having fun. Don't put me down. I'll never let you sweep me off my feet. I won't let you something. Look, I don't, Yo, I've been there, done that, messed around. Wow. You know, I find that playing the zombies is the best. Is my opponent about to play an Ugin? Footpot of sudden death. Don't you understand? Wow. I don't care. I don't care. I can't do it. That was like mediocre Christopher Walken. For real? Alright, I don't have blue, dum-dum. Yes, dum-dum. Memorial was 3 mana for me. Falkut. I'm gonna put you to 1. I'm gonna put you to 1. Well, won't you look at that? You're at 1 now. Screw it. Oh, I'm so stupid, dude!
The living are just
Oh, I hate myself so much. I could have killed him. I hate myself. Whatever. I'll just make a zombie.
servitude. Think of it as
I wouldn't be able to cast that as a spell. I could have killed him again. I could have just got Wayward dude. Okay. If my opponent went land Ugin, you'd have all had permission to yell at me incessantly. I mean, I'll take 2.5 wins. Wait, was one of those turbo concede? Fudge, I think one of those was turbo. I'll take 1.5 wins. That Goblin game was BS, man. Even if Muxus isn't like top in the charts or anything, I still think that card shouldn't be legal in Historic. You should never have a card where you just like 50-50 win, right? It's like you flip a coin, do you win? So that brings me to talking about freaking. I missed this for a couple of other things. That'll be a bonus video today or something like that. I don't know exactly. But for wolves and vampires, I'll have a video up that talks about both of those. But for zombies, there are actually a ton of zombies in Magic. So what I decided to do was just look at the zombies legal in Pioneer, and talk about those cards in for potential picks on Arena. Diregraph Colossus is really cool because it gets bigger innately based on the number of zombies that have already been in your graveyard. So you can like you can do like a dredge type version where you're playing things like Citrus Supplier, Mire Triton. So you'll put a bunch of those things in, and then on turn 3 you'll play this really big Diregraph Colossus. But what's really nice is the second ability allows it so that your mill zombies aren't as bad late in the game, because you'll be getting bigger bodies or extra bodies alongside it. Dreg Mangler is actually just a really cool zombie for the Golgari version. I really like the Golgari version a lot because of the extent to which you can just keep coming back with threats, and Dreg Mangler is kind of opposite to that. It does have to exile it from your graveyard, but it's really awesome where you can have this really great on-curve threat on turn 3. You know, it's a 3/3 with haste that you can just late game get rid of it, make one of your 1-drops a little bit bigger. Lifebane Zombie. This would just be great because you're going against those annoying green creature decks, and you're just like, hey, get out. Lifebane Zombie is much more of a sideboard choice, but I really do like it. Lawless Troll. Lawless Troll is not as much of a zombie card per se in terms of what it would do on Arena, but I do think it's kind of interesting to have a free discard outlet. I don't know exactly what that would do, but I think it would be pretty cool to have Lawless Troll. Plague Belcher was a part of Amonkhet, and yet not on Arena right now, even though we have Amonkhet Remastered. I'm upset. I don't know if you can tell. I'm upset. Prize Amalgam is another one of those that are like, they're not really going to help blue-black zombies all that much, but it's a card that would be very interesting to see, especially if we add other cards such as Relentless Dead. Relentless Dead, for what it's worth, would be fantastic. Zombies right now don't have the best 2-drops if you're mono black. Black white, black red both have great 2-drops. I don't think black green does. Although typically you actually like Mire Triton in the black green versions because you do want your graveyard to be a little bit more full in those versions. Blue black, you have the Soul Collector or whatever. It's not great. I guess if you're going blue black, you might be going army, in which case you do have I mean the Soul Collector or whatever, but you also do have the 2-mana enchantment. I can't remember what exactly it's called. Dreadhorde Invasion, I think. But if you're just going like mono black, they don't have the best options. So Relentless Ed would be great because it's a 2-mana 2/2 with Menace, which is fantastic. And then when it dies, you can just pay black to return it to your hand. So like you just hold up black. It's like, oh cool, all right, this is an annoying threat that's going to keep coming back. But it's also like you get to pay X and return another zombie creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield, which is just nuts. So if you get to the late game and you have a decent amount of mana, and you have this and just, something else in your graveyard, you could just keep getting them back, which would just be very annoying for a lot of decks to deal with. Risen Executioner is another pretty cool zombie lord, because this is one where you can cast it from your graveyard, but it costs more for the creatures in your graveyard. So this would be a little bit better for a kind of mono black deck. Not so much for the green black deck, because you're putting a ton of things in there yourself, but still, Risen Executioner, pretty cool. It can't block, so, whatever. So DC is another one of those zombies very similar to Lava Giant, where I don't think this is necessarily going to be helping you in the mono black or in like the constructed zombie builds, but this one might be kind of interesting in Brawl. I don't think she would be too annoying in Brawl because we are limited to 60 cards, and we're limited to the arena card pool. Obviously, if she is a commander, she could be pretty dumb, just because she can like exploit herself to get a bunch of things over and over again, but I don't think that would be an issue with Arena's card pool. Slitherhead. It's a little 1-mana 1/1 plant zombie that scavenges for free. It's so cool. And lastly, I think Timoret the Murder King would be pretty nice for the red-black zombies to get, because one thing that you can do with red-black zombies, as similar to blue-black zombies, the red-black zombies deck does have a decent amount of army creation. So what's nice is that you can kind of just use those armies as, like when they're just 1/1s or 0/0s with a single counter on them, you can just sack those and have Timoret shoot someone. For what it's worth, I think it's player or planeswalker. Yeah. So you can have Timoret shoot a player or planeswalker. And you can just use those to get Timoret back from the graveyard to your hand. So I think Timoret would be pretty interesting. It's another thing about that is in the black-red deck, you do have Dreadhorde Butcher, which sometimes you need to just die. And if your opponent just has a bunch of chump blockers for you, then you're not going to be able to deal that final push of damage. But with Timoret, you can. You sack him, deal the 2 damage with his own ability, and then you deal the rest of the Dreadhorde Butcher ability. It's fantastic. So yeah, those are some of the zombies that I think would be interesting to add to Arena. Those are only from Pioneer. I didn't even look at the modern zombies, let alone the Legacy zombies. When I said Legacy, I don't mean zombies are playable in Legacy. I just mean the zombies that are legal in Legacy. Yeah, I think that's about it. I guess we could talk about how I might change this deck specifically. Honestly, cut out the Planeswalkers. Just gone. Put up to 2 Gempalm Polluters. Do I even keep Liliana's Mastery? I'm not sure I do. Like, I feel like I just cut all of this and just consolidate, like, have these as our top end. Like, these things here. And then just zombies. Honestly, I think that might be the best. Anyway, I love zombies. I'm super excited. At some point, I might do a zombie week where I go through and have, white, black, blue, black, just black, black, red, black, green. I've technically done that in the past. I frankly don't know how long ago that's been, because time doesn't make sense to me anymore. But it's something that I might do. Another thing that I plan on doing, these like week-long things seem to be both fun for viewers and also relatively easy for me to do, because it keeps me on a little bit more of a focused thing, and it's a little bit easier for me to build decks day to day. So what I'm planning on doing soon-ish is a week full of combos. So all of the decks are going to be combo decks. I don't know when that'll be, but that is a bit of a teaser. most people have probably clicked off by now. So if you're one of those people who stick around, you know, the true fans, the true viewers, tell me what combo in the comments is one that you would like me to either revisit or one that's new that I haven't actually got around to. I think I'm gonna try and make another 1000-Year Storm Unmoored Ego video. I don't know how well that'll go, but it'll be funny to try and yeet our opponent's boards. Anyway, I'd like to thank my lovely patrons, especially Fogwind and Malik, for the continued support. If you would like to join them and support the show, you'll find links to that in the description. I really do hope you've enjoyed this video. I really do hope you are enjoying the Halloween series. There are 1, 2, 3, I think four more tribes that I want to get through. But yes, I've had an absolute blast playing these. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Until next time, I will be one.